In today's video, I'll be testing out the new weapon, Toukabou Shigure, obtained from the limited time event Akitsu Kimodameshi. I'll also be comparing some of the other weapons, namely the Iron Sting, as well as the Dark Iron Sword.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, I built it. The Dark Iron Sword. You can get it from the produce seller in Niue. Anyway, for our test subject, we'll go to our ever-reliable Masanori. So first off, we'll test it out with one of my favorite characters, Kuki Shinobu. First, with the Toukabou Shigure. As you can see, we were able to hit Masanori with 31,723 Hyper Bloom damage, and her skill damage was able to hit for 445. Alright, now to test out the Iron Sting. We were able to hit Masanori with the same Hyper Bloom damage, 31,723, and her skill damage was able to hit for 365. Okay, so lastly, we'll test out the Dark Iron Sword. We were able to hit Masanori with 31,323, and her skill damage was able to hit for 343. Comparatively, for Hyper Bloom, there was no damage difference between the two 4-star weapons. However, as for the skill damage, the Toukabou Shigure was able to hit significantly higher with 454 on Kuki's skill, 365 on the Iron Sting, and 343 on the Dark Iron Sword. However, with higher refinement on the Iron Sting, you could potentially see a tighter gap between the Toukabou Shigure and Iron Sting. I just don't have the resources to test this. Alright, moving on. Let's also test it out on our best boy Kazuha. First with Toukabou Shigure. As you can see, we were able to hit Masanori with 6,548 swirl damage, 2,502 passive skill damage, and 2,995 skill damage. As for the Iron Sting, we were able to hit Masanori with the same swirl damage of 6,548, 2,115 on the passive damage, and 2,465 for the skill damage. And finally, the Dark Iron Sword. We were able to hit Masanori with 6,453 swirl damage, 1,824 passive damage, and 2,125 skill damage. Similarly to our previous test with Kuki Shinobu, only the skill damage and this time the passive damage were actually affected when comparing the two 4-star weapons. So, my thoughts? If you happen to already have Iron Sting built for your characters who need EM, building this weapon isn't completely necessary. However, who knows, further down the game, someone else might need it. And right now, since the event is still ongoing, Hoyoverse incentivizes us by cutting the required enhancement ores in half when upgrading this weapon. And so if you are planning on ascending this weapon to 90, here are the required materials. You need 27 Radiant Prisms, 18 Turbid Prisms, and 15 damage prisms, which can be farmed from the primal constructs in the desert region of Sumeru. You'll also need 18 famed handguards, 15 Kageuchi handguards, and 10 old handguards, which can be farmed from the Nobushi scattered around Inazuma. And lastly, the Narukami weapon accession materials. You'll need 3 greens, 9 blues, 9 purples, and 4 gold ones, which can be farmed from the Court of Flowing Sands in Inazuma every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. You need 300 Mystic Enhancements ores, plus 150k Mora. But is it a good weapon? Not particularly so, but we're talking about EM characters here, whose main damage is coming from transformative reactions. This would definitely be a better weapon for DPS characters like maybe Kitching and possibly Alhaitham. Let me know in the comments down below if you want me to test it out then. Will you be building this weapon too? Heck, I'm just happy I can finally retire my Dark Iron Sword. I spent all my sword billets crafting the Aminoma when I got Ayaka. But hey, that's just me. Anyway, if you like this, hit that like button. It helps my video and it lets me know if you like these types of content. Subscribe to my channel. I post guides and entertaining videos on stuff that matters to me. And if you want to see another one of my videos, click right here in the middle. Thank you for watching. Peace out, fam.